96.7 KCAL rocks. You know what? The time changed a little bit. We fell back, but that doesn't mean it stops sports. It just gets there a little bit quicker, right, Pep? What's going on, Pep?
Just a little darker outside, Patrick. I still don't know how you do it, man. Getting up so early, rocking the Empire before the sun comes up. But yeah, man, it was a huge sports weekend, especially for football. So we will get to the NFL. We will get to college football. But first, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. The Houston Astros are your World Series champions, beating the Philadelphia Phillies on Saturday night to win, 4-2. And however you slice it, the Astros were the best team this season, and they deserve that World Series title. Congratulations to Riverside's own Dusty Baker for getting his first World Series title.
That is very true. They deserve every bit of credit that they get. Obviously, they're a very good baseball team. And I think you have helped us out here in the IE so much, Pep, by looking at Riverside native Dusty Baker. And that did make me feel so bad. I mean, so much better, I was going to say, because, just watching him as this thing's about to come together, you're like, man, is he finally going to pull it off? Because he's been through a lot of heartache. If anybody deserves it, it is 73-year-old Dusty Baker. Congrats, Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty Baker was managing games like when I was a kid. Like he's been at it a long time. It was like almost 4,000 games managed and finally getting his first World Series. And I think a lot of people on social media were kind of saying the same thing. Dusty Baker, we are so happy for you, man. You deserve this. But we still hate you, Houston. You still suck.
Right. I mean, he goes all the way back, like you said, to us in high school with the Barry Bonds Giants.
Yeah.
Even the Steve Bartman Cubs. Yes, we're calling him the Bartman Cubs. I mean, he's been through it all. God, we're going to miss seeing the toothpick.
Yeah, exactly. That's his signature look, right? So, yeah, people excited for Dusty Baker. So, congrats to the Astros. They were the best team in baseball this season. And if you're a Philadelphia Phillies fan, or a Philly fan in general, you lost the World Series. And also, if you're a soccer fan, I'll plug this real quick. LAFC won the MLS Cup championship over the weekend, and they beat the Philadelphia Union. So Philly lost 2 major sports championships over the weekend.
They were saying it was such a great time to be in Philly because all our teams were doing so well. The Eagles, like you said,
yeah,
MLS, and then we got the Phillies. But sports happen.
Eagles, you're our last hope. This is it. All right, speaking of football, let's go to football right now. If you're a Rams fan, man, the Rams are reeling. I don't know how else to put it. They are not playing good football. They're losing close games. And they should – listen, I watched the end of that Tampa Bay game yesterday. They should have beat Tampa Bay. I almost said Tampa Bay like everybody else. But they should have beat Tampa Bay. But Tom Brady, they gave him a second chance. You can't – if you stop Tom Brady on 4th and goal – with less than 2 minutes to play, you think you won the game. All you have to do is send the offense on the field, get a first down, and it's game over. But no, they gave Tom Brady and Tampa Bay a second chance, and of course he's going to score a touchdown. That's it. Yeah, the Rams losing on the road 16-13.
And then it was a similar thing with Cooper Kupp is the only thing that's working. It's the only thing working for the Rams, and that's it.
Yeah, and Sean McVay even said that we've got to do something different. We can't do the same thing. That's the definition of crazy, doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. The Rams will have to do something differently. What does that mean? I don't know. This is kind of their team for the rest of their season. I don't know what you do different in terms of maybe your personnel is going to be the same, but maybe they're going to run some different looks on offense. I don't know, but this is their team now, Patrick.
Hey, even their very own Kurt Warner had to say, they asked him straight up on the NFL Network, because I'm waiting for the Red Zone to come on every single Sunday morning. Are the Rams cooked? And he said, yes, they're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he hates to say it. He hopes it gives him motivation. And they made him say it about the Packers, and they made him say it about the Rams. They're in big trouble.
They are in big trouble, and that's the problem. There's no end in sight. Now, the NFC West, I thought, okay, it's going to be maybe a little watered down this season, but Seattle is way better than everybody thought, and we think the 49ers are going to rebound and be pretty dominant. So, yeah, it does not look good for the Rams right now.
Also very funny. I know I'm going a little Seattle heavy here, though, but like you just said, Gino and Pete were getting a lot of credit according to the NFL Network, and they never, ever talk about the Seahawks. And Rich Eisen was saying, do you know how close Pete wants to say, how's my cooking with Gino? Huh?
Yeah.
How's the cooking here? It's pretty darn good. It wasn't me. It was Russ. It turns out that Russell was ruining everything.
Yeah. We like to say Russ can cook, right? Russ cook. Let him cook out there. maybe it wasn't Russ cooking out there. Maybe he was the sous chef. Maybe he was just doing what Pete Carroll wanted to make him look that good. Right now, they've got a pretty good sous chef in Geno Smith. In fact, he might be in the running for NFL MVP right now, and why not? Pete Carroll for Coach of the Year.
Absolutely, man. If he had a different name, there would be a bigger discussion about it for sure. But I mean, I think Russell wanting to kind of feel important. And what did Einstein always say? All trouble comes from someone trying to feel important. That's where all trouble comes. When you trace it back, it comes right back to that. And that's what can happen.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre because we all thought Seattle was going to take a huge dip. We all thought the Denver Broncos were going to be a Super Bowl contender, and all of a sudden, it's just flip-flopped. It's completely opposite than what we thought going into the season.
Oh, Pep, I was getting laughed at. I got laughed at by all the dads at flag football. They thought it was hilarious. They were calling me the Sea Chickens.
Not anymore, man. First place, Seattle Seahawks in the NFC West. In the AFC West, real quick, shout out to the Chargers, man, winning at Atlanta, last-second field goal. And that was a weird ending to that game. I don't know if you saw it, Patrick, but Austin Eckler had the ball. He fumbled it, recovered by Atlanta. So they had the ball, and then they fumbled it right back to L.A. They get the ball, get in field goal range, kick the field goal as time expires. So a weird win, but they'll take it.
And I know what you're saying, what a lot of people are saying out there. The Falcons are sneaky good this year too. Mariota's doing very good. So that was actually a tougher win than it seems like on paper. They beat a really good team.
Yeah, Atlanta's not bad. Technically, at least win-loss, tied with Tampa Bay for first place in that division. Yeah. So Atlanta's not a bad team. So to get a win on the road against the Falcons, that was good for the Chargers.
Yes.
All right, let's talk a little college football. It was madness on Saturday, Patrick. Just madness. So many huge games. Several teams in the top 10 lost. Two of the teams in the college football playoff, two of those top four, lost. We're talking about Georgia beating Tennessee. We're talking about Jayden Daniels and LSU knocking off Alabama in overtime, which is unbelievable. And then Notre Dame beating number 4 Clemson. When you add all of that up, we're going to have a different college football playoff when the new playoff comes out on Tuesday. Like, it's because of those games, it's going to look a lot different now.
We basically kind of saw Alabama and Clemson's dreams die is basically what we saw.
Yeah, I mean, so let's think about this. Who's going to be in now? If we're going to predict for Tuesday, I would say Michigan is going to slide into one of those top 4 spots, probably number 3. But that 4th spot, I'm just not sure. Like, is LSU good enough to climb all the way up? Could we see USC maybe sneak into that number 4 spot? So I think there's a couple teams you're going to have to look at for that number 4 spot. In fact, they might even keep Tennessee at number 4 to keep them in the top 4. I don't know. There's a lot of different scenarios in play, I think.
I love it. Hey, Dusty did it. Jayden, now you do it. Now you go IE on them.
He did go IE, man. So many people were going nuts on social media saying, yeah, that's the Cone High School kid, Jayden Daniels. Dude, can you imagine beating Alabama? And that stadium at LSU, man, it's something else. Like, it's packed. They go nuts. They obviously love their football. And the kids rushing the field when, you knock off the Crimson Tide. Like, what a feeling for Jayden Daniels and LSU. So it's a huge win. And a lot of people did not give LSU and Brian Kelly much of a chance going into the season. But they've beaten Ole Miss. They beat Alabama. They've beaten some good teams, Patrick.
Yes, it was very cool to see Jayden do it, man. We'll see how far he can take it now.
Yeah. If they can sneak into the college football playoff, that would be amazing for Jayden Daniels and LSU. And finally, Patrick, let's crown one more champion from over the weekend. This happened on Sunday. If you're a NASCAR fan, Joey Logano is your Cup champion once again, his second Cup title, getting the job done yesterday in Phoenix. So congratulations to Joey Logano.
Joey Logano pulling it off. It's kind of funny. I mean, we're not that far away from the races, right? I mean, we're going to get into the holidays here, and we'll be right back out at California Speedway, and I could see him take a little lap. A lot of appreciation around here in the IE for Mr. Joey Logano. So congrats to Joey.
Yeah, I always think of him as like one of the young drivers now, but he's actually one of those older seasoned drivers on the circuit right now. So, yeah, that's 2 Cup championships for Joey Logano.
Congrats, Joey. Pep, make sure you tell him how to get your stuff.
Oh, get my stuff all over on Inland Sports. That is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel. You can check out a lot of high school foosball on the IE. That's Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.